Great. Hello, everybody. I've decided to start looking at the subreddit again, and I have no idea if any of it has gotten better. I don't know if it's still just coded in infinity memes or what we're doing, but let's find out. You kill RPG loaders first to survive. I kill them first because my system is too low spec to handle the explosion particles. We are not the same. Okay, so this person is probably running PhysX. Also, it's a good meme. But this person is probably running PhysX, and I wanted to talk about that for a little bit. PhysX in this game, it has particles, it's cool, stuff like that, but it can make items fall through the ground in certain maps, so I would recommend disabling it or setting it to low if you do have PhysX as an option. During the race, you gotta be kidding me. Okay? That sucks. Okay, hold on, let's restart this. So they jump here for some reason, and then they get stuck there. I don't even know why you would jump there, but I guess they wanted to do it. Realistically, what you should do at this race, jump off at the end. And then, as you're about to hit the ground, just boost. Because for some reason, that action alone can keep the car from, like, steering out of control sometimes. You just do that. You don't need to do weird stuff off of this ramp usually. Finally finished my Gauge cosplay. Okay, stuff like this looks ridiculous. Like, it's good. Like, it's ridiculous how close to the game, like, detail-wise it looks. That's what really messes me up about these. Like, they're so good. Like, the hair. That looks 2D almost. Because of just how well it's made to, like, look like the game. It's super duper cool. What do you guys love about when playing as Zero? Well, honestly, the movement speed, the weapon swap speed, the bore, Unai is fun. Being able to just ignore your problems for 5 seconds is fun. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons you like Zero. Oh, sweet, they gave us more shift codes. Let's go. We can get like 3 golden keys. That'll fix the video game. Does it worth playing the game in OP10? What is... Okay. I don't know how this gameplay relates to that question, but I mean, you don't have to play at OP10. It's fun, sometimes, but like, you don't have to. No one's really like pushing anybody to do it, I guess. Now, obviously, it's the highest difficulty content, and so for a lot of people that's a good reason to play it. But if you don't like that, you don't have to. It's okay, you don't have to play at the high difficulty. I'm playing the game for the first time and as Zero. What would you say are the most important tips to keep in mind? Okay, so for a new player, there are so many things that, like, for an old player, it just becomes inherent. Like, even the most minor things. Like the fact that every projectile in the game is a projectile. It's not hit scan. So you have to lead shots from really far away. You have to lead shots even kind of up close sometimes. There's the fact that health gate exists. There's the fact that our health regen is terrible, and that the further into the game you get, your health is terrible. There's the fact that slag exists. There's a lot. There's so much stuff to remember about this game. And so that's why, like, you'll find such a disconnect between, like, old players and new players. Because old players are just used to this stuff, and new players are just getting farmed still. They're still trying to figure out what to do. Maya versus Pyro Pete. Shock or kinetic for his red health bar? Okay, so for me, what I do is I will summon the boss, and then from there, you just use your Amigo Sincero or your Trespasser. You pop his helmet off, and then pretty much it's just maintain slag, and then just deal damage with the shock. Because you can get the most out of it for this fight, and like this person is saying right here, shock is pretty neutral and has no penalty versus flesh. So with the Bone of the Ancients, it'll do way more damage. You can have a Sandhawk as Maya, Legendary Cat, Sandhawk, V-Shield. You can use even just a Lady Fist, and that'll be great for the fight too. I would probably still wear a Legendary Cat, because it does just buff all of your damage skills as a Maya player. And also to keep in mind that your Reaper skill will count for his entire shield and then half of his health, because it only tracks the enemy's like base health pool, not actually their shield. So you get a lot of damage to work with as Maya for this, and I think the main issue becomes just trying to like survive. So obviously there's the scaffolding. You just hide behind that. You can dip back and forth. He'll get confused and just kind of walk around for the most part. And then whenever he's going to do his big AoE, you can just stand behind a pipe or stand behind that metal sheet that's there, and that usually should cover you for that fight. Is this Sniper Zero build good? Okay, well, hold on. Okay. Yeah, this is mostly good, I would say. Kill confirmed is a little bit weird to me, because kill confirmed means that you're gonna sit there in your scope in this usually pretty fast-paced game, which like that's fine if you want to do that, but it can be a little iffy at times. And then also one shot one kill doesn't really get used a whole awful lot, because yeah, you get the extra damage for that one shot, but if you're using a Lyuda or a Pimpernel, it's gonna take anywhere from like 8 to like 30 ammo to get that extra shot damage again. And unless you're just sitting there shooting once and reloading, you're not really going to get a massive benefit from it, so you could probably ignore it for that reason. But of course you got to get down the skill tree, so you got to pick something. So it's pretty much up to you. These two skills, accuracy and precision, you just kind of pick one and then you just kind of run it for the sake of being able to get down the tree. Oh yeah, also velocity does not work well with the Pimpernel. I forgot to mention that. The projectile speed of the Pimpernel does affect how high the pellets spawn and how far they fan out. So velocity can mess that up, makes it a little bit harder to use. So fast hands is fine, fearless is okay, ambush won't really work too often, but it is a pick that you could do. The rising shot is good, death mark obviously good. This is just heal, so like yeah, fair enough. And then they avoided Two Fang, which I understand people think that Two Fang makes it a lot harder to aim sometimes, since it's like RNG that you'll randomly shoot twice. But I would have personally probably ran Two Fang over the ambush, just for the extra chance of fire rate, because technically Two Fang does increase your fire rate up to 15, like 15.0. And then of course Kunai is incredible, so Kunai is good here. Yeah, I don't blame them for killing Blow. Grim is also good, follow through is good, execute for the chance of dashing at something for knockback or whatever. Yeah, this is a perfectly fine build. I don't really see anything majorly wrong with it. I think we have already hit the bottom for this week. So guys, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. I'm gonna try to get more content coming out, because I do have a little bit of free time as of right now. The Sal runs were good. We're still kind of farming the XP on the Sal. You guys will see that tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see what we come up with. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. Later.